When's the last time an actual virtuous, heroic black man won popular support in his own community? When's the last time they painted a mural of like a black man who was good and just and heroic and had virtue and integrity and was a contributing member of society? Well, the sad reality is that that kind of black man is much more likely to be shunned than celebrated. I mean, look how Thomas Sowell and Clarence Thomas are treated. In fact, in some cases, they're not just shunned, they're killed. This report is from just a couple of weeks ago in New Orleans. Watch.
In Fella tonight, many of Ferdinand Woolen's family members were too emotional to speak on camera. This was supposed to be a time of celebration as he just graduated 1 week ago right here at Sophie B. Wright High School. Instead, his family is now planning his funeral.
That was an innocent soul, a great soul, a soul that was not meant to leave Earth this early.
Just hours after walking across the stage and taking these pictures holding his high school diploma.
Left an impact that can never be erased.
This Sophie B. Wright honors graduate was hurt in a Treme shooting, according to police. When officers responded to the scene early Tuesday morning, they found Woolens inside an SUV shot multiple times. Police say he was transported to a hospital where he died days later.
We was just celebrating their graduation that day. They had a party at a hall. We would have never known that we would have left that hall party and we would have never seen that boy ever again.
An 18-year-old with a promising future ahead. His family says he had a full ride scholarship to college, set to study engineering this fall.
He was on his way to LSU, full scholarship. He had scored a 30 on the ACT recently, and sky was the limit for him.
Exactly 1 week after his graduation, his family, friends, and classmates held onto photos of Woolens during a prayer service honoring his life. Sounds from a sentimental send-off filled the lakefront as loved ones danced through the pain, remembering the light he brought to their lives while pushing for gun violence to stop.
I've lost 3 friends to gun violence, and I just honestly feel like it has to be a change in Louisiana, and it's just so sad that it takes a death to bring all us together so that we have to start making changes.
Now, blaming gun violence, as you just heard from the news anchor there, misses the point completely. Guns are not the issue here or anywhere. Switzerland, which has one of the highest rates of gun ownership in the world, has an extremely low rate of gun violence. The problem is not gun violence. The problem is that some demographics are dramatically, almost unbelievably, more likely to commit violence than others.
Yeah, Matt Walsh was cooking. I'm talking about with hot grease, like hot-ass fish grease on a Sunday morning in Houston, Texas, when it's 105 degrees outside. That man said nothing wrong. And y'all, a lot of y'all swear that Matt Walsh is a white supremacist. Let me tell you something. Those were not white supremacist talking points, right? That is a talking point of somebody who actually might care a little bit. Because one thing about white supremacists, they do not mention the good black people, right? White supremacists don't mention the good black people. They just stick to the sector niggas, right? The crazy motherfuckers, and they stick to, hey, we're separating against, we're separating from all of the motherfuckers, right? Matt Walsh took the time out to bring up this young man that was killed by a fellow black man, right? And he was on his way to college on a full ride scholarship. Matt Walsh did not have to bring up this brother. You know what I'm saying? But what I love about Matt Walsh is that even though he has a brutal delivery, which I'm fine with that because I got a fucked up brutal delivery, he's going to back it up with facts and statistics. You know what I'm saying? Matt Walsh made a great point. Black folks always celebrate the worst of us. How come this situation with this future college student, this future scholar, how come this situation was not plastered everywhere in the black community? We should have been protesting for him. You know what I'm saying? We should have been going crazy over him. He was a productive black man. He was on his way somewhere, and he had his life took by another black man. And that's exactly why nobody said shit.
Black lives don't matter in Collin County. Bullshit. That's a lie. This is a handful of lunatics, radicals outside of this courthouse saying a bunch of nonsense that does not reflect what regular black people think. These are activists out there, Ashley, embarrassing themselves and undermining or trying to undermine the faith in a system that did its duty and came to the obvious only right conclusion under these particular facts and law.
Right.
Shout out to Megyn Kelly. She was cooking with hot grease. And the thing about it is that a lot of people claim Megyn Kelly and Matt Walsh are racist and they're white supremacists. But like I said before, they wouldn't bring up the decent black people. They wouldn't bring up the productive black people if they felt this way about all black people. You know what I'm saying? What Megyn Kelly said was 100% correct. Those crazy motherfuckers that were protesting outside on behalf of Carmelo Anthony, those are your sector niggas. Those are your activists. Those are your lunatics, right? So the fact that Megyn Kelly and Matt Walsh can decipher the difference between upstanding black folks and sector niggas, it just shows that they see just like how we see. Upstanding black folks and upstanding white folks will always get along because they view things the same way. You know what I'm saying? But folks are so, especially black folks, are so damaged by the bullshit that we've been fed since we were kids. You know, talking about how the white people are against us, how the white people are after us, and we're this and we're that. Bro, we are in 2026. A lot of that shit is old and outdated. Like, we understand that black folks went through hell and back in America. So did other races. That is historically actual. That's historically factual. Historically factual. Why when people say, especially black folks, why when black folks say know your history, they get mad when you bring up all history? You know what I'm saying? When they say know your history, they want you to know and cherry pick certain parts. Slavery, for example. They want you to say that white folks own slaves. They don't want you to bring up that black folks sold slaves. They don't want you to bring up that black folks sold slaves to the white folks out of Africa. They don't want you to admit that in America, they had black slave owners. So don't tell me to know my history unless you want me to know my full history. You fucking hypocrite. So just like Megyn Kelly said, you got to decipher the difference between these sector niggas, in which male and female can be a nigga. Let's make that clear. Sector niggas, both male and female, right? And upstanding black folks, male and female. It is a significant difference, right? But that's all I gotta say. Shout out to Matt Walsh. Shout out to Megyn Kelly. Like, subscribe. Love y'all. Peace and blessings to everybody. New videos coming soon.